facing our fears, laughing through the chaos and drinking some beers. So here's to the laughs, the grunts and the cheers, all the awkward moments, and we're still here. Cause in the end we're just doing our thing. It's our crazy life, oh, one more thing. One more thing.
Hey everyone, welcome to and One More Thing. This is Rob.
Hey, I'm Brian, you know, the other guy.
I have the worst singing voice ever, don't I?
Yes, you do. It's another glorious day here at and One More Thing. So let's get into it, Rob.
Let's go!
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to get off your chest today?
Surprisingly, no. No, actually,
What?
I take that back. I do.
Of course you do. This is your time. This is your soapbox. Go for
Have
it.
you ever seen the movie Office Space?
Yes, I have. Okay. Yes, I have.
Great scene in the beginning of the movie where the guy's on his way to work and he's in stop and go traffic. Okay. And the lane he's in is not moving. And the lane next to him is they're piddling by. So he sees this opening and shoots over, gets in that lane because it's moving. The second he gets in that lane, complete stop.
Happens to me every time I'm on the freeway.
And then the lane he was just in starts flying by him.
Yep.
That was me this morning. I swear to God, I was laughing in my truck to myself all the way going, oh my God, I'm in Office Space. Like I could not, there's 4 lanes. I could not find the right lane of traffic. It was so freaking funny.
Sometimes I think it's Groundhog's Day because everything seems the same every single day.
Right. So as fascinating as that might seem, what do you have going on?
Yard work. Ugh, that shit never goes away.
Oh my God, right. It's horrible.
Every freaking week, something to do in the yard.
I do like the smell of fresh cut grass though.
Well, that's nice.
That does
In
make
the
me happy.
spring, I love it.
Yeah.
In the summer, it's okay. In the fall, I hate cutting grass.
It's the leaves. You're not even cutting grass. You're just sucking up leaves at that time.
No, you're just mowing them. I never suck up the just mow them over.
I know we've had this conversation as we talked about lawn work and whatnot. I still hate it.
Why?
Because it's so much more work.
Just mulch that stuff
I
right
know,
into the
but
ground.
I have so many trees I can only mulch it for so long that I have to bag it.
Aw, Rob.
Yeah.
But you know, ever since you put in that mosquito catcher thingamabob in my yard, it's been pretty nice being outside.
Isn't that the greatest ever? We've been hanging out on our deck all summer, and I swear to God, this is not a plug, even though it is a plug. Not a plug.
Thanks, Spring Green.
Yeah, there's no mosquitoes. It's the best summer ever.
Yeah.
Love
it's
it out
pretty
there.
cool.
Yeah.
I think summers are pretty great anyway.
Right, in general.
It's been nice to sit out on the patio at night, listen to the sounds of nature, the frogs, the insects chirping, or whatever they're doing.
Hey, speaking of frogs, what is a frog's favorite summer drink?
I don't know. What is it?
Coca-Cola.
Okay, that is sort of lame, but yet sort of funny.
That's kind of funny.
But anyway, have you gone on any road trips lately?
Well, lately, not really. I mean, just, hour here or there, kind of, things around where we live. But we're planning in the next couple of weeks, we're going to take a big road trip out west, we're thinking.
You are?
Yeah, we're going to stop down in South Dakota, go see Nurse Nikki for a couple days.
Of course, got to make that stop.
And then we're going to keep going west. We're thinking Colorado, maybe Estes Park. Maybe
You're just going to drive. Drive until you can't see where you are.
Yeah, we're just going to drive. Go to Colorado, maybe go to Utah for a little bit.
Cool. Go to Monument Valley.
Yeah, and maybe go to Salt Lake for a couple days, go see the Olympic area, that kind of stuff.
We're going to have to check back in and see how it was.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. But the best thing about road trips is when you see all the little tchotchkes on the side of the road, like the biggest ball of twine or the house of mud.
Right. It's sod, Dad, not mud.
Yes, Audrey, when they run out of sod, they used mud. Name the movie.
A Vacation.
National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Audrey. That's funny. But Minnesota does have a knack for going big in the most delightfully and unexpected ways.
What are you talking about?
Well, scattered across the state, there's these quirky, oversized icons, perfect for a summer road trip that's equal parts scenic and a little tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
You can stand beneath a towering Big Ole Viking statue in Alexandria, snap a photo with a massive giant walleye on the shores of Mille Lacs, or visit the legendary Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox, a tribute to the state's larger-than-life logging folklore.
That sounds fun.
Right? I mean, each stop has its own story, rooted in local pride, history, and a good sense of humor. Traveling between them means cruising past lakes, forests, and small towns that lean into their charm just as boldly as their giant landmarks. It's not just a sightseeing trip. It's a celebration of Minnesota's playful spirit where bigger really does mean better.
Cool. That sounds like a great topic. Let's do it.
All right.
So let's kick this off with what I think is a common one, maybe because I am frequently in Alexandria.
Well, yeah, you do have a cabin there.
Well, yeah, so there's that.
Yeah.
But the Big Ole Viking in Alexandria, Minnesota. Looming over the north side of Alexandria, coming in at 28 feet tall.
Oh, that's tall.
The Big Ole Viking statue was originally built for the 1964-65 New York's World's Fair. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Where it was promoted the bold, if highly disputed, idea that Alexandria was the birthplace of America.
How does that work?
Let's keep reading and find out. That claim hinges on the infamous Kensington runestone, a 200-pound slab said to prove Norse explorers reached the region in the 1300s.
Oh, that makes much more sense now. Okay. So scholars have challenged the stone's authenticity for decades, pointing to linguistic quirks and historical inconsistencies that many consider it a modern hoax dating back to its 1898 discovery. Still, the story refuses to fade. Today, Big Ole, clutching his shield and stoic gaze, stands as both a symbol of local pride and a monument to one of Minnesota's most persistent myths. Just down the road, the Runestone Museum keeps the debate alive, inviting visitors to decide for themselves whether the tale is history, legend, or something in between.
No, I know that you haven't seen it.
I have not in person, no.
And I've seen it. It's fine. But I've seen it a lot.
Let me ask you this.
What?
Is he wearing a purple jersey with a number on the front of it?
No.
Then he's not a true Viking.
No, yes, he is a true Viking. He's more of a true Viking than that team is.
Does he have a shield?
Yes.
Does he have a helmet with horns?
Gosh, if I can remember, I think he does.
Okay, well, then he's halfway there.
But you know the horns were a made-up thing.
Well, yes, of course they are, but...
Because we've talked about this before.
Yeah, but it's part of the lore.
Right.
Yeah, we like the lore.
We like lore.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Rob.
We all know that Spring Green fertilizes our lawn and sprays for weeds.
And it looks fantastic.
Did you also know they offer a bunch of other services?
Like making mosquitoes go away? We love our mosquito-free yard, especially in Minnesota. You know mosquitoes are the official state bird, right?
I'm fairly certain it's the loon, but yes, no mosquitoes rock.
And liquid aerations rock. And mechanical aerations and overseeding and lawn insect control.
Oh my! And don't forget about the total home pest and rodent control.
That's right. My house is mouse-free.
See what Spring Green can do for you at spring-green.com for a personalized quote specific to your property. That's spring-green.com.
And tell them Owen one more thing sent you.
Then, of course, just as famous, the Jolly Green Giant.
Whoa, the Jolly Green Giant.
Ho, 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 Green Giant.
Thanks for that.
Remember that song?
Yeah, I do.
So Blue Earth, bleh.
Say it better.
Blue Earth, Minnesota's most famous resident, might look, at first glance, like a relic of mid-century marketing, but he's really a symbol of small-town persistence on a giant scale, rising nearly 60 feet above the landscape.
Oh, wow, that's tall.
Right? The Jolly Green Giant statue, complete with a leafy tunic, boots, and a grin stretching nearly 4 feet wide.
I'd have a grin too if I was 60 feet tall.
among other things. Nods of the town's deep ties to the vegetable industry. For decades, the local canning plant operated by Green Giant, now owned by Seneca Foods, has been a major employer, and the surrounding fields of corn and peas help define the region's identity.
But this giant story isn't just about agriculture, it's about survival. In the 1970s, plans for Interstate 90 originally bypassed Blue Earth, threatening to divert travelers and business away from the town entirely. Local radio station owner Paul Hedberg led a successful campaign to reroute the highway closer, but he understood that visibility alone wouldn't guarantee visitors. Blue Earth needed a reason to stop.
His solution was both simple and brilliantly oversized. Build the world's tallest Jolly Green Giant. Completed in 1979, the statue quickly became a roadside attraction, turning a potential economic setback into a tourism draw. Today, it's one of the most photographed landmarks in southern Minnesota and a reminder of how a bit of creativity and a lot of fiberglass can reshape a town's future.
What surprises many visitors is how deeply personal the statue feels to locals. Generations of families have worked at the canning plant, and the giant has become less of an advertisement and more of a community mascot. Festivals, souvenirs, and even nearby businesses lean into the theme, transforming what could have been a kitschy roadside gimmick into a lasting point of pride. Proof that sometimes going big is exactly what keeps a place on the map.
So here's what's interesting to me.
What, Rob?
So in the story, they talk about rerouting I-90 and all that, but it's on the hill on 169 as you go, Highway 169, as you go down south, down to the river valley in Le Sueur.
Yeah?
That's nowhere near I-90.
No. So Le Sueur and Blue Earth are not near each other. There is a canning plant in LeSueur owned by Green Giant.
Okay.
And that's different than
There's
where
another
it
one.
originated in Blue Earth.
I did not know there were two.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. Learned something new today.
You're learning a lot
I'm
of
learning
things
a lot.
new.
I do remember a story when they were bought out by Seneca. It was a few years ago. I don't remember the exact year, but we could look it up, but I don't care. That they were talking about, originally everybody was freaked out, in the sewer at least, that they were going to take the statue down, new company, and they didn't want to do anything with it. And they actually bought the company and refurbished it.
Yeah.
Because it's such a huge attraction. Even though they don't make anything in the sewer anymore. It's been years since they've actually canned in the sewer.
Okay.
But they kept it there because it's such a huge asset to the community.
That's cool.
Yeah. So there you go.
All right, so next we have the legend of Paul Bunyan.
Oh, I like Paul
runs
Bunyan.
as deep as the state's forests. Mm-hmm. According to folklore, his colossal footsteps carved out Minnesota's thousands of lakes, and his logging exploits helped shape the identity of the Northwoods. But when it comes to statues, the question remains, who has the biggest or the best?
Oh, there's more than one? Oh, I like this. Kind of like our last story. So Akeley, Minnesota makes a strong case. Its statue, tucked into Memorial Park, shows Paul kneeling, complete with a full beard, suspenders fashioned like logging belts, and a slightly cross-eyed, good-natured stare. Even crouched, he towers above the trees. If he stood upright, he'd reach an estimated 60 feet, giving Akeley a somewhat cheeky claim to the largest Paul Bunyan.
Bemidji, Minnesota, however, holds the historical edge. Its iconic Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox statues date back to 1937, and making them among the earliest and the most influential depictions of the character. Babe joined Paul in 1939, and together they helped spark Minnesota's long-running love affair with the oversized roadside attractions. The statues are even listed in the National Register of Historic Places. That's cool.
That's
Didn't
cool.
know that. Mm-hmm. And over the years, they've greeted everyone from roadside tripping families to visiting dignitaries.
But the competition doesn't end there, as other locations have also joined the conversation. While Brainerd boasts its own Paul Bunyan, though viewing him at Paul Bunyan Land requires a ticket, the central tug-of-war for supremacy remains firmly between the claims of Bemidji and Akeley.
In the end, there is no clear winner, just a state that fully embraces its tall tales. And really, when the goal is celebrating giants, everyone comes out a little bit bigger.
Did you ever see the Paul Bunyan cartoon?
I did.
Where they-
and they actually made the lakes and, and the mountains.
Where
and
Babe
stuff.
and Paul were wrestling, and
Yeah.
that's where all the lakes came from.
Right.
That's so cute.
That's what I believed when I was
so
young. Did you go to Paul Bunyan Land?
I've driven past it numerous times, but I refuse to pay ticket to go on their semi-lame rides.
Right. It is that. But
Yes.
we went when we were little kids.
Yeah.
And so it was all the coolest thing because,
Yeah.
Paul Bunyan would talk to you.
Yes, and did he say your name at one point?
Yes. So, of course, when you're a little kid, you can't figure out how did he
Right.
did that.
Yeah.
But they secretly feed him the names and they speak to you, and it was amazing.
Right. Coolest thing ever, right? Yeah.
And we had lunch under a giant mushroom.
Aw.
It was crazy.
Did you eat mushrooms under the mushroom?
I never ate mushrooms when I was a kid.
Were they special mushrooms?
No, that's only today.
Only today.
Just today we eat the special
There
mushrooms.
you go. So Minnesota doesn't just celebrate its unofficial mascots in flannel, it casts them in fins too. I mean, with 11,000 plus lakes, why wouldn't you, right?
Why wouldn't you?
The state is dotted with oversized walleye tributes, including two famous fish, and only slightly confusing, named Willie and Wally.
That's awesome.
Right.
Up near the Canadian border in Baudette, Minnesota,
Bought it.
which proudly calls itself the walleye capital of the world, you'll find Willie the Walleye. First installed in 1959, Willie stretches more than 40 feet long, earning the title of the world's largest walleye statue. The version standing today is actually a 2018 rebuild after decades of brutal northern winters wore down the original. Even so, Willie remains a symbol of the town's deep connection to fishing on nearby Lake of the Woods, one of the best walleye fisheries in the North America.
Further south in Garrison, Minnesota, which also lays claim to the same walleye capital title, you meet Wally the Walleye. Installed around 1980, Wally is smaller at roughly 20 feet long, but makes up for it with detail. Bronze-toned scales, defined fins, and a more lifelike, is still very large, presence. His perch along the shores of Lake Mille Lacs, a legendary fishing destination, makes him a favorite stop for anglers and road trippers alike.
The rivalry between Willie and Wally mirrors Minnesota's broader love of fishing culture, where nearly every lake seems to promise a record-breaking catch. Whether you're casting a line or just collecting roadside photos, these giant fish are a reminder that in Minnesota, even the local legends come supersized.
You know, we are in Minnesota, so fishing is kind of a big deal here.
It is a big deal. Have you ever seen one of these walleyes?
I have. I never stopped at them, but I have seen them driving past. Yeah, the one.
Well, you've got to stop at these.
Okay, biggest ball twine in the House of Mud. That's
all you're going to stop at?
Two are on my list this summer.
Okay. Well, I think you should see Willie the walleye.
Yeah. So, do you follow our little local meteorologist who lives here in Waconia, Mr. Johnny Ziegler on Channel 11?
I do.
Did you know he's a big fisher person?
I did not.
He posts fishing stuff all the time on his social medias. And the other day, he went out fishing with his kids, and he caught over 120 sunnies on Lake Waconia.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot for Lake Waconia. No, but I've seen this. Which one is this? Wally, the walleye? Lots of times when I was a kid, we used to go up to Mille Lacs.
Mille Lacs, yeah. My uncle used to live in Mille Lacs, so yeah, I've seen it up there. So very cool. So next one. Few figures in American conservation are as initially recognizable as Smokey Bear. Isn't it Smokey the Bear?
It can be Smokey the Bear or Smokey Bear. I don't care which one it is.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Just me?
Only you. And in far northern International Falls, Minnesota, he's been supersized into a true roadside legend. The town's towering tribute, Smokey Bear statue, arrived in 1954 after a local forest ranger suggested honoring the fire prevention icon, who had only been introduced about a decade earlier as part of a national wildfire awareness campaign.
At 26 feet tall, 31 feet including the base, that's important.
It's important.
It's considered the largest fiberglass Smokey Bear in the world, standing watch over the Smokey Bear Park with its signature ranger hat, jeans, and shovel.
He has a shovel?
He has a shovel. That's how
that.
you put out fires, I guess. I don't know.
Like water and fire
Dig
extinguishers.
holes. But you use it to dig a latrine.
Right, exactly.
The statue quickly became more than just a symbol of conservation. It turned into a canvas for community personality. For decades, locals dressed Smokey for the seasons. Oversized crocheted mittens and scarves in the winter, a fitting touch to one of the coldest cities in the contiguous U.S. Fishing gear in the summer and blaze orange during hunting season.
Oh, that's so cute.
That is cute.
Yeah.
The tradition paused in 2021.
Oh, no.
But it remains a fond memory for many residents.
Why would they pause it? That's so darn cute.
It is.
Oh, I'm sad now. International Falls itself, often nicknamed the icebox of the nation.
I agree.
Which is true. Makes an especially fitting home for such a resilient figure. And while Smokey's famous message, only you can prevent forest fires.
Just me?
Just you. Is serious. This giant version adds a touch of humor and heart, proving that even the most important reminders come with a larger-than-life smile.
Yeah, it does.
That's so cute.
If these weren't crazy enough, how about all the big birds in the state?
Like yellow big birds?
I think they're different than that.
Is there snuffleupagus too?
Oh, that's only on Sesame Street.
Dang it.
Minnesota really is flyover country, at least if you're a bird.
Okay, I was going to be really offended. I'm glad you said at least the bird, because flyover country, we are not.
No, but you can see all the lakes.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The wetlands, prairies, and lake country along Interstate 94 create a natural migration corridor, and in true Minnesota fashion, some of those feathered residents have been reimagined at a much larger scale. In fact, within about an hour's drive, you can spot a whole flock of giant birds, each with its own personality, backstory, and small-town pride. Think that sounds a little loony?
I see what you did there.
Just follow the trail.
Loon, Minnesota State bird. That's funny. All right, so start in Rothsay, Minnesota, proudly dubbed the prairie chicken capital of Minnesota.
I had no idea there was a prairie chicken capital.
No clue. Here you'll find the delightfully odd prairie chicken statue, a 13-foot tall, 18-foot-long tribute to the greater prairie chicken, with its inflated orange neck sacks and wow, and wide-eyed stare. The statue captures the bird's famous booming mating display.
Isn't it? That's odd.
Okay, that's really weird.
Built for the United States bicentennial in 1976, it weighs in around 9,000 pounds and has been amusing and slightly startling drivers ever since.
Okay, I have so many questions.
You should look it up and see it.
I totally should, but
It's pretty interesting, actually.
I'm sure it is, but I'm a little confused on the inflated orange neck sacks.
Well, you know that's what a
Yes.
prairie chicken
I
does,
understand
right?
that, but the fact that they had to point that out is a little odd. The fact that it was built for the United States bicentennial, what does it have to do with the bicentennial?
I don't know what it does, but I'm glad we built it.
I'm sure they have some July 4th holiday or festival around it, don't they?
Sure.
I'm sure they must.
The big chicken statue
gosh.
festival.
That is so funny. All right, next one.
From there, head to Pelican Rapids, where the Pelican Pete statue stands tall over the river. The idea for Pete dates back to the 1950s when local boosters, including future Mayor Truman Strand, helped bring him to life. Positioned near the town's dam and park.
Dam park.
Pete has become both a mascot and a welcoming landmark, especially after recent revitalization efforts in the area.
Next stop, Burgess, home to a classic Minnesota icon, the loon.
The loon, that is classic.
State bird. The loon statue has been gazing out over Long Lake since the 1960s, standing about 20 feet tall. While it once held the title of the world's largest loon, that crown has since gone to a newer statue in St. Paul. Oh, that was mean. Still, Burgess's version remains a beloved lakeside fixture, celebrating the state bird of Minnesota, the common loon, whose eerie calls are a soundtrack to northern summers. So here's the thing in that story that jumped out at me.
What jumped out at you?
Not the fact that we're in Minnesota and there's a loon statue, because, I mean, hello, we're in Minnesota and we're the loon, right? But gazing over Long Lake, so it got me thinking.
Okay.
I grew up in Wayzata, and there was a Long Lake very close to Wayzata in Oregon.
Not the same Long Lake.
I understand that. So my question was, we have 11,000 lakes.
Yes.
I wonder how many Long Lakes there are in Minnesota.
Let's look it up, shall we?
I looked it up.
I love that.
After my extensive research over their musical interlude, there's 150 Long Lakes in Minnesota.
Really?
Isn't that insane?
Come on, come up with a new name.
Right. I mean, I knew there were a couple that were Long Lake. I'm like, yeah, it's got to be like 3 or 4, maybe 10. 150.
Apparently, Babe and Paul Bunyan were making some long legs.
Okay, that was funny.
Anyway, and finally, we wrap up the bird statue in Frazee. Is that Frazee, Minnesota?
It's Frazee, right?
Frazee, where Big Tom the Turkey rules over Lions Park.
Oh, Tom Turkey.
Tom the Turkey. Mm-hmm. The current Big Tom, installed after the original 1986 statue was destroyed by fire in 1998.
Ooh, roasted turkey.
Roasted sounds good, right?
Right.
Is bigger, brighter, and a bit more intense. 24 feet tall, 5,000 pounds,
Jesus.
and sporting a vividly fanned tail.
At 5,000 pounds, what's that thing made out of? Holy cow.
It's not going to burn.
Right. maybe that's why.
Frazee leans fully into its identity as the turkey capital of Minnesota, and Big Tom stands as both mascot and cautionary tale. Seriously, maybe keep the matches away.
No open flames around Tom the Turkey. Taken together, these giant birds form one of Minnesota's quirkiest mini road trips. A reminder that even in a state known for its natural beauty, there's always room to make things a little more, let's go with oversized.
Yeah, oversized is right.
Absolutely. Hey, Brian, have you planned your vacation yet this year?
No, we've talked about it. Maybe a cruise, but it feels like a lot to figure out. We don't even know what we want to do.
Well, just call Dave at Cruise Planners, doingittravel.com.
Isn't that just for cruises? I'm not sure if we wanted to do an all-inclusive vacation with the family, or maybe this year my wife and I should just do a river cruise. That would be cool.
No, see, that's the thing. He does everything. He helped us with our big family trip last year. He did flights, resort, travel insurance, all of it.
That's so awesome. Honestly, I just want someone I can trust. I don't have time to do all that planning between work and, of course, this podcast.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's why I call it Trust Planners instead of Cruise Planners. When you work with Dave, your vacation's basically on cruise control.
Nice. So booking with him is a sure thing.
Absolutely. And Cruise Planners partners with every major brand. Cruise lines, all-inclusive, Disney, and so much more. You're in really good hands.
Sounds like he really anchors your whole trip.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, that was fun.
All right, now seriously, give him a call already. 630-733-2102 or go to doingittravel.com. Don't just dream it, do it. Dave at Cruise Planners just makes it easy.
That number again is 630-733-2102 or go to doingittravel.com. Again, doingittravel.com for all your vacation needs. And tell him and one more thing sent you. And lastly, I want to talk about the trolls in Detroit Lakes area. Have you heard of these?
There's trolls in Detroit Lakes?
There are trolls.
I had no idea. Do tell.
In the woods, parks, and lake country around Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, you'll find something unexpected. A scattered family of enormous wooden trolls, quietly tucked along trails and shorelines. They feel ancient and mystical. But their story is surprisingly modern, rooted in art, sustainability, and the bold idea to put this corner of Minnesota on the map in a whole new way.
The Trolls began as a project led by local nonprofit Project 412, named for the hundreds of lakes in the region. The goal was simple but ambitious: create something so unique that people would travel specifically to experience it. What started as a plan for just a couple of sculptures quickly grew into a full-blown installation of 5 giant trolls, plus a golden rabbit and a series of portals linking sites across the region.
To bring the vision to life, organizers turned to Thomas Dambo, a world-renowned artist known for building massive troll structures out of reclaimed material. His work appears across more than 20 countries, always blending folklore with environmental messaging.
Built from trash, Dambo's trolls aren't carved from pristine timber. They're assembled from scrap: old pallets, fallen branches, discarded lumber, even telephone poles. Their construction is intentionally low-tech, relying largely on hand tools and thousands of screws. But the most important building material is people.
Nearly 300 to 400 local volunteers helped construct the Detroit Lakes Trolls, working side by side with Dambo's team over several weeks in 2024. In the process, the project became less like a traditional art installation, more like a community event, one where residents could literally build their own landmark.
Each troll has a name, a personality, and even a message. There's Alexa, who shares a magic elixir of kindness; Barefoot Frida, who encourages people to reconnect with nature; and Long Leaf, a towering 36-foot figure, one of the largest trolls Dambo has ever created.
They aren't placed conveniently along sidewalks either. Instead, they're hidden across natural areas, parks, forests, and trails stretching from Detroit Lakes to nearby towns like Frazee. Frazee. I keep saying that wrong. But we're going to go with it.
I'll go with it.
Finding them is part of the experience. It's like a giant scavenger hunt.
The installation is designed as a kind of real-life fairy tale. Visitors follow clues, sometimes in the form of poems, sometimes hidden among hundreds of handmade birdhouses, to locate each troll and ultimately discover the golden rabbit.
This turns a simple sightseeing trip into an adventure. It's part hike, part treasure hunt, and part storybook, one that encourages people to slow down, explore, and engage with the landscape.
So why trolls, Brian?
I don't know why trolls, but on the surface, trolls are the playful nod to the Scandinavian folklore. Of course, Minnesota always has Scandinavian backgrounds. A fitting choice for the region shaped by Nordic heritage. But Dambo's deeper goal is environmental. His work highlights what can be created from discarded material while nudging visitors to think about waste, consumption, and their relationship with nature.
Each sculpture carries a subtle message: take care of the earth, value creativity over consumption, and stay connected to each other. The effect has been immediate. Within weeks of opening in June 2024, the trolls were drawing visitors from across the country, turning quiet parks into bustling photo spots and boosting tourism across the region. In peak summer months, hundreds of people a day set out on troll hunts, and the installation has already generated millions in economic impact for the area.
More than that, though, the trolls have given Detroit Lakes something harder to quantify: a sense of identity. They're whimsical, a little weird, and deeply tied to the place. Exactly the kind of attention that turns a stop along the way into a destination.
I think that's cool.
That is really cool, and I really want to see him. It's on my list to go see.
It sounds like a lot of walking, though.
It is walking, but I think from the pictures I've seen, they are just so cool to see. I'd really want to be right next to one.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think it's such a cool idea. Plus, it's art.
And which is always cool, but do you want to be right next to one? Do you want to touch a troll?
I want to touch a troll. I've touched you enough. I want to touch a troll. I'm kidding.
Awkward.
That didn't come out right.
All right, so a Minnesota road trip isn't just travel between stops. It's a tour through a world where everything is a little bigger, stranger, and more memorable. You start by chasing giants like the big oldie Viking statue, the Jolly Green Giant statue, and the iconic Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox. All reminders that Minnesota embraces its tall tales.
From there, the roadside legends keep coming. Willie the Walleye and Wally the Walleye.
It's a lot of W's.
That's a lot of... Plus oversized birds across small towns of Minnesota. Even Smokey Bear appears in a towering form, blending humor and local identity.
And just when it feels familiar, the journey shifts, where giant roadside figures give way to hidden wooden trolls scattered throughout forests and lake shores. Interactive sculptures that turn a drive into an adventure. In Minnesota, the road itself is the destination, and every stop tells a bigger story.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool.
I like that.
Yep.
As always, please follow us on the socials at Oh and One More Thing Pod on Facebook and Instagram for highlights and news of our upcoming shows.
And if you have a show idea for us or just want to give us some feedback, send us an email to onemorethinkpod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to hear where we should go on our road trip in a couple weeks.
Oh, do tell.
Yes.
Did you know we also have some merchandise?
Shut the front door.
T-shirts and caps. So if you're interested in one of those, just send us an email, please.
Oh, and one more thing.
What is it, Rob?
That's the magic of a Minnesota road trip. It's not about racing to a destination. It's about the unexpected stops, the photos you didn't plan, and the stories that somehow feel both larger than life and deeply personal. Here, myths stand beside highways, fish grow to impossible sizes, birds loom over small towns, and trolls wait patiently in the woods. All you have to do is follow the road and maybe keep an eye out for something big just beyond the trees.
That's cool.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Or bye, everybody. I'm so excited. We just want to start all over again.
You just want to go right into the next one, don't you?
All right. Bye, everyone.
Okay, so cool. Let's go on a vacation again.
I am so ready.